Alright, let's settle in, just like we're sharing a warm cup of tea on a breezy afternoon. I recently had the extraordinary privilege of sitting down with over 1,000 older adults. Folks who've seen the sun rise and set countless times, and asked them a simple question: what are the most important life lessons you've learned? The answers, oh, they were a treasure trove. A tapestry woven with threads of wisdom, heartfelt reflections, and those little whispers of regret that shape the way we all see life. And today, I want to share these powerful insights with you. Just as if we were sitting on a porch, watching the world go by. You know, if you find any value in what I'm about to share, if any of these stories touch your heart, please, do me a favor. Give this content a little like, subscribe to Thuy Share, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your experiences. Your voice, your perspective, it matters. It truly does. Now, one of the most common regrets, the one that seemed to echo through every conversation, was how much time these wise souls spent worrying about what others thought of them. Picture this. You're in your prime, 30s or 40s, working hard, trying to keep up with all those social expectations, trying to impress the neighbors, the colleagues, even those strangers you pass on the street. It's a heavy burden, isn't it? Now, fast forward to 70 or 80 years old. Does any of that truly matter? The overwhelming, resounding answer was a simple, heartfelt no. I remember this elderly gentleman, a former lawyer, with his kind eyes and gentle voice. He told me, I spent decades worrying about what others thought, what I wore, how I spoke. Even what car I drove. It was exhausting. And then, one day, I realized none of them were thinking about me as much as I assumed. I wish I had lived for myself sooner. It's a simple truth, isn't it? We often build these elaborate stories in our heads, imagining everyone is scrutinizing our every move, when in reality, they're likely just as wrapped up in their own lives. Think of it this way. Have you ever spent hours agonizing over a small mistake, only to find that no one else even noticed? It's like that old saying. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do. The lesson, my friends, is clear. Stop giving so much weight to those external opinions. Instead, focus on what truly fulfills you, what brings you joy, what aligns with your own values. Time, as these elders reminded me, is far too precious to be spent seeking approval from others. Another striking theme that emerged, like a gentle breeze carrying the scent of wisdom, was the role of career and work in shaping happiness. Many of us, in our younger years, believe that success is defined by promotions, salaries, and professional recognition. We chase those titles, those corner offices, thinking that they will bring us lasting fulfillment. But for those who have lived through it, a different, more nuanced perspective emerges. I recall a retired schoolteacher, a woman in her late 70s. With a twinkle in her eyes and a smile that spoke of a lifetime of lessons. She shared, I spent so many years climbing the ladder that I forgot to ask myself if the ladder was leaning against the right wall. That simple, yet profound realization resonated deeply with so many people I spoke with. It's a question we should all ask ourselves: are we climbing the right ladder? Are we pursuing a path that truly aligns with our passions and values? You know, many people found happiness in shifting careers later in life, discovering hidden talents and passions they never knew they had. Others found that retirement opened doors to long-lost dreams, whether it was writing, painting, mentoring, or even starting a small business. It's like that saying, it's never too late to be what you might have been. The key, as these elders emphasized, is to ensure that whatever you do brings you a sense of fulfillment, a sense of purpose. I remember a gentleman who had spent his entire career in finance, a high-pressure, demanding field. After retiring, he discovered a passion for woodworking. He started small, crafting simple birdhouses, and eventually, he was creating beautiful, intricate furniture. He told me, "I never knew I had this creative side. I spent so many years focused on numbers and spreadsheets, I forgot what it felt like to create something with my own hands." His eyes lit up as he spoke, and I could see the joy that his newfound passion brought him. Then, there's the lesson that hit me the hardest, the one that truly shook me to my core: don't wait to chase your dreams. So many people shared stories of putting off their passions, telling themselves, "I'll travel when I retire," or "I'll start painting when the kids move out." But when retirement finally came, health issues, financial burdens, or unexpected circumstances got in the way. It's a sad truth, but one that we must face. I'll never forget a woman in her 80s who had always dreamed of seeing the Grand Canyon. She told me, with tears in her eyes, "By the time I had the time and money to go, my knees wouldn't allow me to walk the trails. I waited too long." Her words were a wake-up call, a stark reminder that life is not a dress rehearsal. The best time to start is always now. Whatever it is you've been waiting for, learning an instrument, taking a road trip, reconnecting with an old friend, don't delay it another day. Think of it like planting a seed. If you wait too long, the ground may become too hard, the weather too harsh. But if you plant it now, nurture it, and give it the care it needs, it will blossom into something beautiful. Don't let your dreams wither on the vine. Water them, tend to them, and watch them grow. And speaking of delaying things, let's talk about health. One of the most resounding messages from older adults was the importance of taking care of your body. You can have all the money in the world, but without your health, none of it matters, one man told me. He had worked tirelessly to build a successful business but neglected his body in the process. Now in his 70s, he was struggling with preventable health issues that limited his ability to enjoy life. He shared a story about how he used to skip meals, work late nights, and ignore the warning signs his body was giving him. "I thought I was invincible," he said. "I thought I could push through anything. But I was wrong. I paid the price for neglecting my health." His story was a stark reminder that our bodies are not machines. They need care, attention, and respect. Prioritizing health doesn't mean extreme diets or unrealistic workout routines, it means making consistent, conscious choices. Walking daily, eating nutritious foods, managing stress, and staying mentally active can make all the difference in maintaining quality of life. It's about finding balance, about listening to your body, and giving it what it needs. Imagine your body as a garden. If you neglect it, weeds will grow, the flowers will wither, and the soil will become barren. But if you tend to it, water it, and give it sunlight, it will flourish. It's the same with our bodies. We need to nourish them, move them, and give them the rest they need to thrive. Beyond personal health, relationships play an irreplaceable role in happiness. Time and time again, people emphasize that as you grow older, the importance of money and status fades, but the love of family and friends remains. When I was younger, I thought success meant working late nights and making six figures, one retired executive admitted. But now, success is being surrounded by the people I love. Nurturing relationships requires effort, calling a friend, visiting a family member, making time for genuine conversations. Life is too short for grudges and misunderstandings. It's never too late to reconnect, forgive, and invest in the people who truly matter. I remember a woman who had been estranged from her sister for many years due to a silly argument. She told me, "I let pride get in the way. I held on to that grudge for years, and I missed out on so much time with my sister." She eventually reached out to her sister, and they rekindled their relationship. "It was the best decision I ever made," she said. "I realized that nothing is more important than family. Think of relationships as a garden. You need to tend to them, nurture them, and give them your time and attention. Just like a garden, relationships need care to grow and flourish. Don't let weeds of resentment and misunderstandings choke the beautiful flowers of love and connection." Another critical lesson was the importance of lifelong learning and maintaining a positive mindset. Some of the happiest people I spoke to were those who never stopped growing, no matter their age. "The moment you stop learning, you stop living," an 85-year-old artist told me. Whether it's reading, taking up a new hobby, or simply staying curious about the world, continuous learning keeps the mind sharp and the spirit young. Learning isn't just about acquiring new skills or knowledge. It's about staying engaged with life, about keeping your mind active. And along with that, keeping a positive outlook on life is essential. Challenges will come, that's a given, but the way you approach them makes all the difference. Gratitude, humor, and resilience can turn obstacles into opportunities. I recall a woman who had faced numerous health setbacks in her later years. Yet, she always maintained a cheerful disposition. Finding joy in the small moments, like a sunny morning or a visit from her grandchildren. "I choose to focus on what I have, not what I've lost," she told me. And that makes all the difference. It's like looking at a painting. You can focus on the flaws, the imperfections, or you can appreciate the beauty, the colors, the overall composition. It's a matter of perspective. And a positive perspective, like a warm ray of sunshine, can brighten even the darkest days. Finally, and this was one of the most profound insights, was about having a sense of direction. Those who found purpose and set meaningful goals reported greater life satisfaction. "You don't need to have a grand mission," one man explained, his eyes filled with a quiet wisdom. "Sometimes purpose is as simple as taking care of a garden, mentoring someone younger, or volunteering in your community. The key," he emphasized, "is to stay engaged with life in a way that brings you joy and fulfillment." He told me about a time when he felt lost, adrift, without a sense of purpose. Then he started volunteering at a local soup kitchen. "It wasn't glamorous," he said, "but it gave me a sense of purpose, a feeling that I was making a difference. And that, more than anything, brought me joy. It's like a ship sailing on the open sea. Without a compass, without a destination, it's easy to get lost, to drift aimlessly. But with a sense of direction, with a purpose, you can navigate the waters of life with confidence and clarity." Now, if there's one thing I truly took away from these heartfelt conversations, it's that life is far too short to be lived on autopilot. We can't just let the days slip by, caught in the currents of routine and habit. Every single day is a chance, a precious opportunity, to make meaningful choices, to let go of those unnecessary worries that weigh us down, to pursue what truly matters to our hearts, to take care of our precious health, and to invest in the relationships and personal growth that enrich our lives. Think of each day as a blank canvas. You have the power to paint it with colors of joy, love, and purpose. Don't let it remain blank. Don't let it be filled with shades of regret. I sincerely hope these insights, these stories, resonate with you, touch your heart, and inspire you to live a more fulfilling life. If they do, if you find any value in what I've shared, please, take a moment to give this content a little like. It helps others find these stories. Subscribe to Thuy Share, and join our growing community of thoughtful individuals. And most importantly, leave a comment below sharing which lesson spoke to you the most. I'd love to hear your story. Your thoughts, your experiences. Let's continue this conversation, let's learn from each other, and let's inspire each other to live our best lives. You know, as we grow older, we realize that life isn't about accumulating things or achieving accolades. It's about the moments, the connections, the experiences that fill our hearts with joy and meaning. It's about the love we share, the lessons we learn, and the legacy we leave behind. So, let's choose to live each day with intention, with purpose, with love. Let's choose to embrace the wisdom of those who have walked before us, and let's create a life that we can look back on with pride and satisfaction. And remember, your voice matters. Your story matters. Share it with us. Share it with the world. You never know who you might inspire, who you might touch, who you might help. Thank you for being here, for listening, for sharing this journey with me. And remember, you are never too old, never too late, to live the life you've always dreamed of.